Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Grow the Earth. I'm Tommy, and surprisingly we're not out in the garden today. As you can see behind me, I'm in my front yard, and as I mowed yesterday I realized I had a couple ant piles. Of course it's been raining quite a bit, as it has been through most of the country, and these little guys will pop up everywhere. And you know, I've got some younger children, and when they step in an ant pile, it's the end of the world. So we want to make sure that our yard and especially our garden is free of these pests, because they can wreak havoc on the different areas. You know, they're a pest to us when we're out in our yard trying to enjoy our front yard and so forth, and also in our garden. They can be not only harmful to our plants, because I found especially strawberry plants that they like to get underneath the strawberry plants and eat on their roots and kill strawberry plants. But also because they can do different harm to the other different plants around our garden also. So today I'm going to show you the way that we can get rid of these guys safe, effective, and organic. Alright guys, I want to take a break here, and I want to thank the 270 people that are subscribed to this channel right now. You know, you guys are awesome. Two, there are thousands of people that have watched my videos, and I look at my analytics and only about 10% of you guys are subscribed. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching this video so far and you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. You know, it's not something that is continuing to push me to make new videos, but it helps, it encourages me. And also a like and a comment. Both of those things are going to help me, and the comments especially are going to help me help you. Because offer your suggestions. Tell me where I could improve my videos. Tell me what you want to see next. Because those things are what's going to make this content better, and what's going to make this a better channel overall for everybody. Now, there is a key to this, and the one thing that is the best way to get rid of these organically is Monterey Garden Insect Spray. Now, this has a component in it called spinosad, and that is what is going to kill our ants. Now, of course, as all insecticides, they are harmful to bees. I don't think we're going to have to worry about it so much with our ant piles here out in the yard, but definitely when we start spraying in the garden, because this is also effective on a lot of other pests. Not just ants, but your aphids, your worms, your lice. So as with all insecticides, we have to be careful, because this is, of course, harmful to bees. And that goes across the board with pretty much any insecticide. There's not an insecticide out there that is going to affect just pests. It's going to affect bees, and more than likely it will affect your good beneficial bugs. Because it attacks all bugs the same way. Now, the good part about this is, once this stuff dries, it's not harmful. Spinosad is just simply a bacteria that lives in the ground that is harvested, and they grow it and concentrate it in these little bottles. And of course, on the back of this bottle, there is a little pamphlet that tells you how many times you can apply it to certain vegetables, you know, how to mix it, and all these different things. So definitely stick to this. The only thing that I would add to this is, anytime you're going to mix anything, especially an oil like a neem oil, or you know, any other type of an oily type pesticide, is you throw a little bit of this sal suds into it. And I mean, we're just talking about, you know, 4 or 5 drops. This is going to help break the surface tension. It's also going to help it stick. So what I've got in this this garden sprayer here is about 2 ounces of the Monterey insect spray, and about 1/3 of a teaspoon mixed to a gallon of water. Now again, for whatever you're spraying it on, if the back of the booklet says to adjust this ratio, please do. But this is what I pretty much use for ants. We're going to spray it on here, and we're going to pretty much drench this. I stir up the pile a little bit to get the guys moving around, and I can guarantee you the next day that this ant pile will be dead. They won't just simply move, they're going to be dead. Because what this spray does is it actually attacks the nervous system of these pests. And whenever you spray it on them, they will carry it down into the hive and get it on the rest of them. So I'm going to bring on a little bit closer and I'm going to show you about how much we're going to apply on this. So I've got you focused in on this ant pile here, and it may be a little hard to see, but I'm going to stir them up a little bit. And you know, if you're afraid of ants, don't do this because they might sting you. I'm a country boy, so it doesn't bother me a whole lot. Ant bites were just a part of the growing up process. So we're gonna drench these guys. We're gonna spray them really good, and you'll see immediately that they just kind of start slowing down. That they're not really focused on stinging anybody at the moment. They kind of start wiggling around and writhing, and you can tell that something's not right with these guys. Now I'm just spraying because it looks like a few more of them made a little further out than what I had expected. We're just going to continue to spray these guys a little bit. But you'll see that it just starts to take effect immediately. These guys are not really moving as well as you would think they should be. And I know that's not the best shot in the world, so I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer. So as you can see, they're still moving around, but they're not exactly happy. You see they're kind of wiggling and writhing around, and I will guarantee you within about an hour these guys are not going to be alive. As you can see, some of them have actually already stopped moving because there were ants everywhere just a few minutes ago, and as you can see, they're not very active now. They're not moving around 100 miles an hour. They're mostly dead. Let's just be honest. And the ones that are moving are kind of discombobulated. They're just kind of moving around. They're not moving with a purpose as they would if you had just disturbed their mound. So I know that some people say that ants are beneficial to the environment, and they are. They very much are. But unfortunately, they are not very beneficial to me in my front lawn or in my garden space. In my garden space, they tend to destroy plants, and out here in my front yard, my two girls are not very happy, nor is the wife very happy whenever they come in with a bunch of ant stings on them. So we try and keep these little guys at bay. So in your garden space, some people will say, well, these can be pollinators. Well, that's very true, but usually they're not a very efficient pollinator. Let's put it that way. They have their place, and their place is not my front yard or in my garden. Here, I'll get a little bit closer in. These guys, just in the time we're talking, have all but died. All but died. So, and of course, spinosad is a continuous killer. So any of the other ants that come out to find out what is going on, they're going to step on this residue, and they will succumb to the effects of the spinosad itself also. And as always, guys, I ask you to pray over your garden, pray over your family, and have a great day.